which state is better to live in. They are very much different, but they may be more similar than you think. Current location, the I-74 bridge between the Iowa side and the Illinois side. I couldn't think of a better place to do this video than right on the state line. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. And if you love watching videos about what it's like to live in Iowa or Illinois, well, you may want to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell to get notified every single time we upload a new video. And as much as I love making these videos for you guys, I also love helping find people homes that they want to live in. I am a licensed realtor here in the Quad Cities, so if you have any questions about where you want to live, hit me up down below. My number's popping up on the screen right now, and if you want to send an email, that's fine as well. Now, I know one of the hot topics that people always want to talk about is property taxes, and you're gonna have to wait till the end because I am gonna talk about that, but it will be at the end of the video, so if you're interested, stick around and we'll talk about it later. Now, Iowa is the undisputed king of corn, but its close second is actually Illinois. Iowa produces about 2.5 billion bushels of corn every single year, but Illinois is at 2.3 billion bushels of corn. So it's very, very similar. So what does that mean for you if you're moving to either state? That probably means that you're gonna be pretty close to a cornfield wherever you move, with the exception of, say, Chicago. If you're living in the city, you may not see a lot of cornfields, but everywhere else in the state of Illinois, you're gonna see a lot of cornfields. And in Iowa, you're gonna see cornfields just about everywhere because it is the biggest economic stuff that's going on in the state of Iowa. They are very similar, but they are just a little bit different as well. Next topic is a hot button topic pretty much anywhere you go in the nation, but it's amplified on Iowa versus Illinois, and that's politics. Iowa is very much a red state right now, and Illinois is very much a blue state. And you can see this big difference just in some of the policies that have been passed in the last year, specifically around guns. Now in Iowa, they actually just passed a law about a year ago, and that's the Iowa constitutional carry. So you own a gun in Iowa, they're not going to infringe on any rights that are seen by the gun lobbyists. But in Illinois, they just passed a law just this January where it's an assault weapon ban. So they're banning a lot of different assault weapons, the sale of them, and if you own any of them currently, they have to be registered with the state. So you can see a huge difference in the politics just in that one law itself, but there's a lot more differences as well. So when you're moving here, know which side of the aisle you sit on because it's going to influence your life on which state you want to probably live in. Now the landscapes of Iowa and Illinois by and large are actually very similar, with the one big exception being the city of Chicago. Now Chicago's population is actually about 9.5 million people in the metro area, whereas Iowa's largest city of Des Moines only sits at about 700,000 people. So it's a huge, huge difference in population, and it's a huge difference in how people live. Now in Iowa, a lot of people are going to be living a little bit more rural, and if you're in Illinois, there's a good chance you're living in Chicago, so you're going to be living more of that city life. And it does definitely make a difference in the culture. Iowa generally is known as Iowa nice. The people are super friendly here. And in Chicago, sometimes it's known as people are kind of rude there. And I've actually had experiences there where people were a little bit rude. When I landed in O'Hare at one time, me and my fiance were trying to get onto an elevator with our huge thing of luggage, and all of a sudden this lady just yells out of the background that we didn't push the button fast enough. She may have been having a bad day, but we had already pushed the button, so we were a little bit confused at why she was yelling at us. So that is one experience. Again, I've had bad experiences in Iowa people as well, but in general, Iowa nice, and then Illinois, you get Chicago, so it might be a little bit different experience. When it comes to renewable energy, Iowa is ranked 4th in the nation for the best in most renewable energy, and Illinois is actually ranked 9th. So they're very, very close on their renewable energy. But if we flip that and just call it green energy, well, Illinois actually takes the winner on that front, and that's because Illinois has a massive amount of nuclear power plants, which is considered a green energy source. In fact, I think it's like 54% of their energy production is from nuclear. So they actually have a higher ranking when it comes to green energy, but renewable energy, Iowa takes the cake, and most of that is just because of the wind farms Iowa has. All these cornfields, a lot of space, a lot of different wind going on, so they put the windmills there, and a lot of the energy for Iowa comes from those wind farms. And same thing for Illinois when it comes to renewable. Most of their energy will come from the wind farms that are plotted around the state. So how does Iowa and Illinois stack up as far as their road quality? Well, Iowa actually is ranked higher than Illinois by usnews.com. They rank Iowa as 7th in the nation for best quality of roads, whereas Illinois is actually ranked 27th. Now, Iowa obviously has a lot less roads than Illinois because Illinois has Chicago, so I think that has something to do with it. But overall, that is what usnews.com is ranking them. I don't know what quality or things are going off to make those rankings, but that is what they're saying the road quality is in each of the states. Now, from my own perspective, I don't see a lot of difference right where I'm located on the Iowa versus Illinois side as far as the quality of the roads, but that's just local and we're not talking at the state level, and that's my own experience. But based on these rankings, Iowa does rank a little higher than Illinois. All right, so now the topic that everybody's been waiting for, and that is the property taxes in Iowa versus Illinois. This is a big difference, but it's not as big a difference as you might think it is. So where does Illinois rank as far as property taxes and how much you're paying? Well, they actually rank 50 out of 51 because they include Washington, D.C. in this poll that I saw, and it's at about 2.7% tax rate for your property taxes. Whereas Iowa actually ranks 40th. It is lower, and in the Quad Cities where I'm located, people always are thinking that it's going to be so much lower, but the truth of the matter is Iowa still ranks pretty low as far as the amount of property taxes that you're paying. Whereas Illinois' taxes are at about 2.7, Iowa is at 1.57% of the value of the home. So it is a difference, and they're both pretty high as far as property taxes go. On an average home in Illinois, you're going to be paying about $5,000 in property taxes per year, where in Iowa, the average home is going to be about $3,000 in taxes. So there is a difference. It's still high for both states, but there is a difference between the two states. Now, as much as I love making these videos, I also love helping people find the home for them. So if you have any questions, my number's down below. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text. I'll be there to answer any questions. But if you want to know more about what it's like to live in Iowa, well, check out this video right here because I do cover it in more detail.